Alright, it's early morning chess game. Let's get a 30-minute game going. With the white pieces. Once again, the Queen's Gambit. Only opening I know how to play. I'll learn a new opening at some point. Black has lots of options here. Easiest for us is if they take the pawn. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Honestly, the more I play the Queen's Gambit, the less I understand why Black would accept it. It seems technically very challenging. So I think eventually Black may take. There we go. They take it pretty much immediately. So we're going to get sort of a weird Queen's Gambit accepted here with the addition of e6. But, we'll see how that goes. We'll get our knight out, pawn probably out to e4, unless they play knight to f6. Get our pawn out, recapture, get castled. What do we want to do here? I don't necessarily want to get my bishop out here, because that removes the queen as a defender of this d4 pawn. I know we have the f3 knight, but if they take, we can take back the pawn, and then we get a nice little pawn chain. So I'll go ahead and move out to e4. We'll see what we see. If the knight comes out now, we can push. And then depending on where the knight goes. Okay, so now we've got two attackers. So I'm glad we didn't move our bishop out. Recapture the gambit pawn. Normally what happens is Black waits for as long as possible to capture on c4. Ideally waiting until we move our light squared bishop out to like e2. And then they take, and then we have to take again. So it's like move, takes again, causing us to waste a tempo recapturing the gambit pawn. We get castled. Again, this f6 move that I don't really love for Black. Opening up. Oh boy. What's going on here? What can we do about this? We could, like, push, takes. Can't recapture with the queen because we'll capture. My thinking is if we can force this defender away, we can come out to queen a4 check and then capture this bishop for free, which I really like. Just like picking up free pieces with tactics. So let's see what happens here. Takes. Also, this is wide open. This e-file. Maybe a better move would have been to take the rook out to e1 first, so we get this discovered check. Let's look at that in the post-game analysis. Also, now that the knight is out, okay, so they move out, hitting our, that's good to know, hitting our sort of unprotected bishop. So we can't, well, I guess we could do check, maybe pawn comes out, takes, and then if they take, it is defended. And we just sort of start trading pieces. Yep, I think we make that move. A couple of options here. I guess they could drop the knight back to d6. Nope. Pick up a free piece, also threatening the b7 pawn. Okay. So they capture our knight. and do cause us to ruin our nice defensive structure around the king. Oh, that's not what you want to do. Perhaps allowing us to pin the queen to the king. This is undefended right now, so I can't do that immediately. You know, maybe I should have finished getting developed before doing all these shenanigans. Oh well. So I think if I move my knight out, well, I guess, so here are my options. Move my knight out, allow my queen to defend the e1 square. And then I can get my rook out, and then I have options. But I think easier is just to develop the dark squared bishop out to d2, connecting the rooks, and then permitting rook to e1, and that just takes one move. Because with the knight move, we then have to move the knight away, like here or something, or back this way. So that's an extra move. So I like just connecting the rooks. Oh wait, actually, what am I doing? That's no good. So I think we just take this queen. Well, probably like that. Need some more coffee. I think I like the idea of taking this pawn. I'm going to be a little bit greedy this morning. And then we can follow up with our plan to connect the rooks, and then connect the rooks. Let's do this in order. And then pin the queen to the king. They do need to move their rook, probably over here. As long as we're making moves with tempo, I think we can maintain. Yeah, great. Move our bishop up. And then we can get, yeah, look at that. Dangerous stuff. Putting your queen in front of your king like that might develop their knight out this way. We keep seeing this f6 move, and I think not only does it weaken your king's side, but it deprives the king's side knight of a really nice natural developing square. Oh, what is this? An attack. They've moved their light squared bishop out to attack a rook. Well, I think we move our rook out of harm's way, and oh gosh. Oh boy, quick game this morning. Let's look at the review. Nice tactical find. Yeah, 15 moves. Book moves, book moves. I guess this is a book move. That's interesting, like taking the gambit pawn immediately. I'm gonna have to look more into that. So I guess it's technically a queen's gambit declined because they didn't immediately recapture the gambit pawn. Or not recapture, just capture. Yeah, we take that. Castled. Yeah. Again, opening up the king side, I think you really want to get castled king side in Queen's Gambit. We had this nice idea to what was their best move there? Oh yeah, just to capture here, and then they can move their knight away to safety, wherever that might be. Yep, that piece. I think this was a good move from our opponent. They are down a piece, but causing us, I think, trading like a minor piece to ruin this kingside pawn defensive structure is a very good move. If they didn't have these pawns here, they might be able to get their queen out. Well, I guess our bishop would be in the way. But I think they would have some very appealing attacking options, especially since they haven't castled yet. If they got their knight out to a good square and get the rook out, but that didn't happen. Yeah, yeah, this is a brutal pin. Oh, bad news for our opponent, but another quick game for us. Have a good day, y'all.